It's now been 10 days since Rachel Behnke went missing in Grants Pass. She was last seen dropping off her child at school. We spoke with her family tonight, and as Newswatch 12's Haley Gravitt reports, her family is not giving up.
We need help keeping her name and the story that she's missing at the top of everyone's mind. So sharing the media stuff, social media stuff, and then if anyone's willing to put flyers up for us, and that even if they print 3 of them and put them at work.
It's been an emotionally draining few days for the family of Rachel Behnke, a Grants Pass mother who was last seen December 10th, dropping her kids off at school. Her older brother Kevin telling me that mental health might have played a factor in her disappearance.
You mentioned something about her mental health and, whatever you're comfortable with sharing with me about that. Do you think that that was a factor into her disappearance?
We believe that it was a somewhat of a factor, because it probably was the factor. She has disappeared before, but she'd always come back the same day, or we would find her checked out at a hospital.
In a missing persons investigation, police need evidence to conduct a search. I asked Kevin if that had a role in him and his family putting together their own community search. Since Saturday, they haven't gotten any new leads as to where she might be.
The weather's an issue, and then there's not been any more leads to go out and do an actual search with dogs and whatnot, because there's no clues yet. And the only reason we did a search that Saturday was based on the evidence that the detectives released to us.
Rachel is 5'5" with blonde hair and hazel eyes. She was last seen driving a 2016 white Ford Explorer with a license plate number displayed here on your screen. Kevin tells me today that she was last seen in a blue hoodie, jeans, and brown shoes. Her family asking to text 541-450-9443 if you see her. Rachel hasn't had any contact with her kids or her family since her disappearance. Her family, aware of her mental health struggles, saying they won't give up.
There are so many people who are struggling with those mental illnesses. Is there something you would say to maybe someone, a family member who's going through that? What advice would you have for them?
I would say, share what you're feeling. Tell somebody, talk to a professional, and if you let your family know, let somebody know. And if your family's not a good place to start, go talk to a friend. For one, obviously keep praying for us, praying for her, praying for her boys, and her husband.
In Grants Pass, Haley Gravitt, Newswatch 12.